I'll now go to the birthday girl who turned a year older today, Miss Cammack from Florida. Happy birthday, and you're recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you. Well, I can't think of a better place to spend my birthday than Midland, Texas. I love it. No, thank you. And thank you for everybody for showing up today. Thank you to all my colleagues, everybody, and the witnesses for appearing before us. And as the lone representative from Florida and the Gator Nation, Dan, hell is listening to Buddy Carter talk about another national championship. That is hell. We're going to get you, though. And for Texas, welcome to the SEC. Thank you to my friend August and fellow congressional baseball teammate. I'm not sure if y'all know, he was our MVP last year. I trucked a guy at home plate, and you still got MVP. I don't know how that happens. But in addition to having great states, Texas and Florida, great constituents, wonderful industries, we also share something else in common. We are both taking all of Representative Peters' constituents from California. No, seriously, thank you for being here. It does. It means a lot. Seriously, we do appreciate you being here. And, you know, a couple of weeks
Careful,
ago...
you know how they vote.
I think we're getting the good ones. See, people have personalities in Washington. We all aren't like doorknobs. So a couple weeks ago, Chairwoman Rogers, she hosted a full committee hearing on energy dominance and concerns within the industry. And one of the things that stood out was that every single one of the witnesses, Republicans and Democrats, were in favor of domestic production. And we recognize that as Americans, we can do it better, cheaper, safer, efficiently, and cleaner than anywhere else in the world. That is an American idea, not a partisan one. Something else that stood out was the recognition that we are an energy economy, and it is not only the thing that powers our everyday lives, from our schools to our businesses and everything in between, but our domestic energy economy is the foundation for the American dream. One of our witnesses, Ms. Donna Jackson, she made a comment that really stuck with me. She said that because of high energy costs at home, when they turn on the lights, when they fill up at the gas station, and basically everything else, that folks weren't living paycheck to paycheck anymore. They were living paycheck to Wednesday and borrowing the rest to get by. That really stuck with me as somebody who was raised by a single mom on a cattle ranch. My family, we were commercial sandblasters. And I had never heard anyone say anything beyond paycheck to paycheck, because I know what it's like to live paycheck to paycheck. Heck, I remember what it was like filling up my gas tank when I was homeless with pocket change. That really stuck with me. The impacts that the regulatory regime has had in the last 2 years on our producers. And so I think it's incumbent upon us here today as representatives of the People's House that we do the most important thing, which is get the hell out of your way. We need to get government out of the way, because I believe that our producers can do it better than anywhere else. And so that's going to be our goal, is to help get out of the way. Now, maybe because it's my birthday, maybe it's because I'm sleep deprived, I'm feeling a little froggy, but I'm going to ask my first question to you, Madam Mayor. The Department of Energy is proposing new energy conservation standards for new household gas and electric cooking devices. This move comes shortly after the Consumer Product Safety Commission suggested that they should ban gas stoves under the pretext of reducing indoor air pollution. Now, I personally see this as President Biden's rush to green agenda to phase out oil and gas and electrify everything. Should gas stoves be phased out? And how will this impact cost to consumers?
Absolutely, they should not be phased out, if only for the fact that they cook better. as a person who loves to cook, I prefer to cook on a gas stove. No, I think that this is something that is a little bit of posturing on their part. I don't believe that it is a needle mover in terms of consumption in our nation, and so I think that it's posturing. But I do believe that it is symptomatic of the lack of understanding of how energy actually works and how our grid works in the United States.
Yeah, my husband, who is the avid chef in our family, when he cooks at the firehouse, he loves a good gas stove. So this really got him riled up. But I'll move on because I only have 22 seconds. I'm the author of the REINS Act, which would rein in the regulatory environment across the board. Any major rule or regulation that had a $100 million impact or more would come back to Congress for an up or down vote. Mr. Pruitt, I've got 7 seconds. Give me the #1 regulation that you want taken off the books.
NEPA.
Easy. Done.
Awesome.
yield
Jill
back.
Lee's time's expired. She yields back. And I gave you 8 seconds because it's your birthday.